Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social in association with Empire Fights. So delighted to be joined by Maisey Rose. We're here down at the Matchroom Gym. You've just been put through your paces, doing a little workout. Maisey, I know we caught up here a little bit the other day, but how are you feeling? You looking in good shape?
Yeah, I feel good. Just been battered by Kev for the last God knows how long. But yeah, I feel good. I feel sharp, strong.
You've been with Tony now just over a year. How's that sort of relationship going? How you feel like you're developing as a fighter? You're only early on in your pro debut, your pro status, you win Matchroom boxing, but how's everything going with Tony? And do you feel like you're picking up things, soaking up all that experience?
Yeah, it's good. It's the best stable to be in my eyes personally, especially as a young fighter. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like I'm growing. Each fight, I feel like I'm getting more comfortable with the pro scene and the pro style and stuff like that. But yeah.
What's been the biggest learning curve for you, whether it inside the ring and outside the ring? I asked someone the other day, was like 7-0, turned over from amateur. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in the ring and biggest lesson you've learned outside the ring? If
you get chinned in 8 ounces, it hurts.
Not happened, no?
Yeah, but in the amateurs it's alright, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no. I say the biggest thing I learnt is that you can't mess around, do you know what I mean? You can't mess around in the pros. It's not even that you get found out in the ring, it's like people drop you and get rid of you, do you know what I mean? And it's a job. And it's not just my job, it's my dream as well. Yeah. So I want to make sure I'm doing it perfectly, if that makes sense.
And outside the ring, have you learnt anything, whether it be change of opponent, fight change? Has it been something you've mentally had to adapt to?
I think the thing that's been the most, not hardest, I don't want to say hardest to adapt to, it's definitely all the media stuff. Do you know, like the cameras?
Like this?
All this stuff, because that never happened in amateurs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm getting doing the press conferences, shaking and stuff like that because I'm nervous, whatever. But yeah. Does
that get to you? So you watch Eddie Hearn, he's got 20 fighters on stage, and he rattles through everyone, knows everything about everyone, and then he gets to you, and you're like, what do I say? Is that something at fight week that's a bit draining?
I wouldn't say draining. You do it because you've got to do it, but I'd not say I hate it. I don't mind it, but I get nervous, get a lot of train. Do you know what I mean? But speaking in front of people, but. I get used to it, I think.
You've come into the game at a perfect time. Women's boxing's it's on the rise. It's not at the height of the men's yet, but it's well on its way. We've seen the likes of Taylor Serrano, Shields, Marshall, seen these big fights get made now. You must be on top of the world knowing you're a young fighter, still learning your trade, but by the time you get to, 10-0, 15-0, 20-0, you'll be in some mega fights, and hopefully by then sort of the purses increase and things like that. Are you sort of grateful that you're coming into it at this time?
Yeah, to be honest with you, that was kind of like my reasoning for turning pro so young. Yeah. Because I could have stayed amateurs and done tried to do the whole Olympic route or whatever. But I got given an opportunity to come down here from Charlie and Tony and all of that, and I'd be silly to turn that down. Yeah. And like you said, with the females, it's starting to boom. Yeah. And it's starting to get big, and people are excited about it. Purses are increasing. They're not there yet, so the fellas, but it's increasing, and I'm like, I might as well catch on the train before the train gets too big. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, 100%. It's a good thing. Right, for boxing fans that don't know you, I'm sure a lot of the hardcores will know you and be well aware of you now. Tell us something about yourself that we don't know. What do you do? What do you do outside of boxing? Maybe to take the pressure off. What else do you do, or is it literally just boxing? But is there anything else? I spoke to Amo Williams yesterday. He does painting, he does music, plays the piano. It seems like his brain's always firing round. What about yourself? Well, everything I do is boxing. When I leave here, I go to a boxing gym and I teach boxing. I work for Darren Barker at 12-3. Oh, what's that like? It's good, It's actually alright, yeah. It's alright. The Christmas parties are fun. Yeah, I can imagine, yeah. I've seen Darren in action, I can imagine they're good. Let's get your opinion on some big fights coming up. Chantelle Cameron, Katie Taylor, huge fight. I know you've had someone call you out for that, but let's just talk about the main event first of all. Katie Taylor was supposed to fight Serrano. That fight fell through and she went, get me the next best thing, the hardest opponent. Her and Chantelle, it got made in seconds, I believe, from one social media post. How do you see that fight going, and great fight for the sport? Oh, it's a hard one. It's a really, really, really hard one. Obviously, I look up to Katie massively. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? She's the icon of female boxing. But Chantelle's my girl. She's that English lady. Do you know? It's such a difficult one. The best women win on the night. Yeah. But I can't pick and choose.
Isn't that the best fights though? The ones that you can't actually say, look, I'd favour slightly such and such, because you genuinely can't pick.
Yeah, you can't pick.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why this fight is so big and so yeah. See, us women, we're good, you know. We don't duck each other and all of that. That wouldn't have happened in no men's game.
I have to say, and I've been saying this now for well over a year, the best fights that I've seen for a long time, a lot of them are the women's fights, because I suppose you don't duck, but the talent pool at the minute is a little bit saturated, whereas in the next couple of years with the Olympians coming through, the likes of yourself, we'll see an increase in the talent, and then we may get to the stage where people start going, no, I'm the A side, I want this, that and the other, but maybe not just yet. Right, I'm assuming you'll be trying to get out sometime in May. You had someone call you out for the Katie Taylor card. Who was it who called you out, and are we going to get that fight on?
I don't want to butcher her name. I'm going to just call her Kate, because I don't want to be rude and butcher her last name. But yeah, she called me out. They messaged me on Instagram. I think it's her manager messaged me as well.
Yeah.
And then I was like, sweet. Spoke to Eddie, and yeah, hopefully.
You're in talks?
Talks, yeah.
Okay, well, we may be seeing you out sometime soon. Well, look, thanks for giving us some of your time today. Sorry for interrupting part of your workout. Be good to catch up again soon, and we wish you well. Fingers crossed you get a big fight, hopefully sometime in May.
Hopefully sometime in May, yeah.
Maisey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.